I think that we will go out here in on a limb in public forum saying that we've had a conversation about Hollywood being gender biased.
Yes.
Okay. How do you continue to amplify that message, and what, if anything, will it take to change it?
Well, we amplify by keep talking about it.
Okay.
What we're doing right now.
Okay.
We don't stop having the conversation. And to say what is it going to do, what will it take to change it, we got to keep having the conversation.
Right.
That's what's going to change it. And we got to get to a place where we can't be afraid to say, I'm willing to lose everything. Because I can't have you have me in prison by some stuff.
That's right.
Because if you got me scared of, oh shit, how we gonna pay the mortgage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how we gonna pay this car note? So now I'm your slave. Now you can have me go any way you want me to go because you know I'm fearful of losing it. Well, goddamn it, I used to work at Popeye's drive-through.
Right.
So there's no fear in saying we gotta be brave enough to say, not only am I not gonna accept that, I'm gonna sit down till you get it right. And if every black woman in the entertainment industry said, we're going to sit down till y'all get it right. Because you'll have some that's way up here.
That's right.
But they the only one. And you like, well, it's so much talent amongst us.
That's right.
How come you only pick one? Well, that's the carrot. If I can keep the carrot dangling, I can make you do anything. Because don't you want to be where they are?
Right.
So we keep having the conversation, and it does take our black men also. So I want to thank Chance the Rapper. I want to thank LeBron James. I want to thank Childish Gambino. We want to thank you, T.I., the brothers that's in the industry saying, hold up, y'all.
David Banner.
Yeah,
Our brother
definitely.
David Banner. They're saying, we're not accepting it. We got to stand with our sisters, not just the sisters standing.
And we also have to read the information that's put out there, because when the president and CEO of Netflix, Reed Hastings, said in reference to his chief PR person who he had to fire, Jonathan Friedland, when he used the word twice, he said the first time he just thought it was an anomaly, and due to his privilege, he intellectualized that word. And it took him the second time for him using the word to fire him. Well, what that would say to me, and I'm not Einstein, if your privilege has allowed you to intellectualize the word nigger, how can you be in tune to something as nuanced as pay disparity for the black woman? Now, something as overt as the word nigger, that's the Mount Rushmore of words you don't use as it relates to people of color. But you somehow are insightful enough to notice something as nuanced as pay discrimination towards the black woman. I challenge that theory.
I don't know, man. I need to look into it, man. I mean, so you say the guy that said is no longer working for Netflix.
After the second time after he said it, and Reed Hastings made a public apology that you can, pull up and you can read the apology, and when you see it, you like, this borders on ridiculousness.
So what happened the first time that it was said? Was it addressed?
He believed it was an anomaly. So it was kind of swept under the rug. They had another meeting where
so he got a warning. After he said it the first time, there was like a warning.
They didn't really address it as a warning as much as him stating he thought it was an anomaly, a slip of the tongue. The gentleman not understanding the dynamics, the magnitude of how that can affect people of color. They had another meeting where that gentleman, Jonathan, did not address or apologize in reference to it. Then he used the word again, which that led the individuals there to be in an uproar. So that was an indication to him that he needed to fire him at that point. So when you have to be, when you're old enough to be a chief PR person and you're the CEO, you would think that logically you would be aware of words and social cues such as that you would not utilize. But then you're supposed to expect those same people, to be cognizant of the disparity amongst black women as opposed to their privilege once again vetoing.
So you saying that if you didn't know this, how could we expect that you would have known that? That you would have known that?
How would you?
I mean.
I want to give you something else to research.
Okay.
Remember Orange is the New Black?
I do.
That gave Netflix critical acclaim.
Okay.
That show.
Wasn't that? I think that was one of their first originals, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
And when you see the sister
Great
Danielle
show.
Brooks come out, and she says, it's a little disheartening to find out that the cast of Stranger Things in their third season was making $200,000 an episode. And when I started, I was making $5,000 an episode. And to know that I wasn't making that when our show finished. And that's a black woman that was brave enough to say, this is what they paid me. Now, $5,000 an episode you looking at me like, what? Right, like, huh? And like she said.
But she said that she started there.
She started there.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, we critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
And when she say she didn't finish.
By second season, it should have been. I can't say it should have been 200,000. No. That's 200,000 for the cast to split.
No, baby, that's per cast member per episode.
Jeez.
So again,
they almost up there with you.
Because we don't take the time to really research it. What I say, put the numbers on the table like y'all do in sports. Yeah. Put the numbers on the table, and when
I think that's the thing, because you know what I'm saying. I mean, and not for good, bad, or indifferent. The model of the streaming network that we know as Netflix is they don't give the analytics that justify payment for this or that one. So that is why it's very hard to have the discussion, because.
And that's called bullshit, T.I. So we not even gonna do that. We like that. Then this shit, we just gonna make shit up. Well, we can't go on. We can't go on this. We can't go on that. These are our rules, the analytics. So what the analytics says is we ain't gotta pay your black ass fairly, and we can hold on that forever. When you gotta know that LeBron James gotta go in and say to Netflix, you gotta pay Octavia Spencer fairly. When you know that Jessica Chastain has to go in to Netflix and say you gotta pay Octavia Spencer fairly. Why is it that people gotta go in and say you've got to pay her fairly? Why is that? And when you put Jessica Chastain's resume down and Octavia Spencer's, they don't compare. Though Jessica Chastain is a bad sister. She a bad sister, white girl.
Octavia Spencer,
they don't compare.
So
why does this white woman have to go to Netflix to fight for and say you got to pay her equal to me?
I think that is a fair point.